Thank you for listening to Milk and Lettuce, the podcast named from a rather gross backstory. I am your host, Isaac. I hope you're having a fantastic one so far. Whether you're trying to relax, get some work done, or you're simply on your commute, I appreciate you taking the time to listen to someone who never learns when to shut up. If you are driving, please remember to follow traffic laws. Your safety and the safety of others matters more than listening to a podcast, or even music, news, what have you. You may hear a short ad read following this intro. Perhaps not. I don't control that. Either way, let's get into it. Please stand by as we proceed with a short ad read from the sponsor, Anchor.fm. If you would like to start your own podcast like Milk and Lettuce, and you don't really have any money, because maybe you just got a new phone or a new computer, you can just use that. It's free. Just download the app or go to the website, and there's a bunch of tools that are right there for you. So yeah, if you would also like to get started with your own podcast, download the free Anchor app or go to anchor.fm to get started. Now back to your Milk and Lettuce podcast episode of the day. Or hour. I don't know how many you're listening to. I appreciate you though. So I talked about this app called Cerebral. Get Cerebral. It was okay. I've had issues with it in general throughout my time using it, and I started using it. I signed up March 14th, 2021. Except, dude, okay, so the 14th, right? The 25th was my first provider appointment. And April 1st was my first care counselor appointment. Care counselors are basically just the person that you talk to like touch base with. If you have med issues that need to be reported immediately, you would tell the care counselor. And then the provider is somebody who, they actually prescribe medications. And you don't talk to them as frequently. So I had several changes with the provider and the care counselor. So again, let's just go through the provider. April 25th was my first provider appointment ever. April 27th, so a month and a couple days later, was my second ever provider appointment, except it was with a new provider entirely. And immediately I didn't like her. I tried to explain medications that I've been on, and she kept talking over me and shit. And it's like, you asked me a question, can you shut the fuck up and let me answer it? Whatever. And then also May 31st, so a month later, I had a second care counselor. Again, that's basically your like go-to person. Also, the care counselor is like always within the app too. Supposedly, you can contact them in the app. June 18th was the restart of my account. Basically, they tried to charge my card once and it got declined, and I'm like, hey, what's going on? They're like, oh, well, we charged your card 3 times and it didn't go through. I'm like, no, you charged it once, and then I turned it on and you wouldn't charge again. So that was it. It was just turned off. They're like, oh, well, we already closed your account. Fuck you, bye. Like, cool. But on the bright side, I was able to pick a new care counselor and a new prescriber. I actually tried to choose the same care counselor because I didn't mind the one that I had before, but then I couldn't pick her. The new prescriber, however, I got an appointment same fucking day. Her schedule was very open and available, which is why I wanted to see her, because I figured, if I had any issues, because I just started this new medication, the gabapentin, around that time. So, I wasn't sure about it yet. A couple weeks was not enough time to be sure, because I had an issue in between there, and it was just switched. Believe it was actually towards the end of May that I had it. So yeah, it wasn't even an entire month though. So yeah, it was some bullshit as to why my account got removed. So I signed up, same email and everything, and then I get a message in the app after that appointment, because what happened was the third provider, and I let her know, I was on gabapentin, I just started it, I was on something else at the time, hydroxyzine, I believe, and she's like, okay, I'm going to try to get those records, and I should be back to you in a day or two. And I'm like, okay, cool. I get a message in the app a couple days later saying, I don't know what happened, but your prescriber got changed. So I fixed it, and it's the same one you had before. And I'm like, cool. That's not who I wanted. I didn't want her anymore. So I didn't pick her. So yeah, that was fun. June 20th is when I had my first appointment with that new care counselor. And because, again, I was able to choose. And she also had very open availability. And she also had a podcast. And she has a YouTube channel. I'm like, I also make content sometimes. Hi, you're listening to Milk and Lettuce. I am your host, Dumbfuck Isaac. Sup? See, I sometimes make content. Sometimes. I streamed yesterday. I was gonna stream tonight, and then I couldn't. My toddler only just went to bed, and then I decided, you know what, the Cerebral shit happened. I'm gonna record a podcast about it, because I've talked about it on here, and I've actually suggested it stupidly. And I'm gonna get more into that in a bit. But so yeah, like I said, prescriber June 18th, care counselor June 20th, and we had a really good first talk, and all of our talks since have been lovely. I'll straight up say that. She's amazing. I adore her, and I am bummed that I won't have her as a care counselor anymore, because obviously you could tell by the title, and I've kind of mentioned it earlier, I fucking quit Cerebral entirely. I sent a cancellation request, and I even said, you can keep trying, but it ain't gonna work. And I will read that too in a bit, because I do have it. Kind of went off on a fucking Karen rant, not gonna lie, and I don't feel remotely ashamed of it, but yeah. So yeah, like I said, June 18th, June 20th, July 2nd. So about 2 weeks after my last appointment, I got this new appointment changed to the second care counselor, the one that I didn't like. Like I said, oh well, I don't know what happened. It got changed somehow, but I fixed it. I didn't ask you to. What the fuck? Also on June 18th, reverting back to June 18th, I actually sent them an email. English is number one. Anyway, I sent them an email saying like, hey, can you change my name on my account? Just got a message on Discord and made me laugh. I just realized it's like 2:30 in the morning. I'm sorry. Like, it's 1:30. I'm recording a fucking podcast. Like, I should reply to that. I'm gonna say, no worries. I'm recording a podcast episode anyway. Send. Anyway. Publicly announcing my Discord messages, my DMs. It's cool. You know, everyone knows what I'm sending to people. I'll know. I was chuckling and trying to like take a sip of soda. I'm fucking dumb, dude. Oh, anyway, so June 18th, requested that the name be changed from my dead name to my current name. Got ignored. August 16th. So the coordinator changed. I forgot to talk about what the coordinator is. Basically, that's like the person who helps you with your account and your appointments. Not that they were ever really, really helpful. Well, okay. To be fair, like the previous one, she was. Yeah, she was helpful. The new one never fucking was, though. It would take days to get a response. And it was always a shit show. Like, just, yeah. I had so many troubles in the app trying to fucking schedule appointments. And I talked to my care counselor about it, and she was like, usually it's supposed to just open up once it gets close to, like, your, like, after 30 days of your appointment. Like, when it gets close to 30 days, it should open up to schedule a new appointment after that. Or, like, I think she said, like, after a couple weeks or something, like, you should be able to schedule an appointment after the 30-day mark, or starting from the 30-day mark, or whatever. And it's like, no, it'll be like a month and a half before I can schedule a fucking appointment. And even then, the next availability is several weeks away. Which is why it's been like 2 months in between a lot of my appointments recently, because I just haven't been able to schedule. And August 25th, though, I did request a provider change. Because remember, June 18th, I chose a new prescriber. July 2nd, they forced me back to that one, and I dealt with it for that appointment. I had another one in the meantime, I believe. And then August 25th, I'm like, can I just get a new prescriber? Please. Like, you say that you can. And I asked in the app, and they said you'll have to contact support. So I did. And I didn't get a fucking response. Besides, oh, well, we should get back to you within a business day. Okay, well, it's been 6 fucking months. I haven't heard shit. Half a fucking year later, I still have to deal with someone who doesn't care that I've had reactions to medications in the past, and it's like, you should be on this one. You should really be on this one. You should really be on this one. I'm like, haha, no, not that one. If it worked before, I probably would have stayed with it, huh? Yeah. There's a reason I'm not on it. For fuck's sake, dude. So yeah, again, I was in the app earlier, and because, like, at first I thought, like, I'm just going to let it ride out. I'm not going to do anything about it. But then I looked at the card that was on the account, that's on my account currently. It's been deactivated. It was Grimm's card. Because so many times we often just use one card. It's either his or it's mine. Right now it's mine. It's my cards we're using. But yeah, there was an issue in which a charge came, tried to send to his card, but he didn't know what the charge was, and then we figured it out shortly thereafter, and he's like, oh, well, just in case, whatever. I already did it. I already canceled that card. And I'm like, oh, okay, well, whoops. So yeah, that card has since been deactivated and can't do shit. So I sent them a message. Sent Cerebral a message, an email. Said, my name is Isaac. I previously requested this be changed and got ignored. I would like to cancel my account. I don't have income whatsoever right now and haven't since December, which is true. I talked about the Chrono shit. Yeah. So I'm not going to pay you anymore, as the service isn't worth being broke for. Or being more broke for. Not to mention, I requested a prescriber change back in August and was told it would take up to a business day to hear back. It's been over half a year. My in-app messages have always been ignored. My emails get ignored. Care counselor calls last 10 to 15 minutes, while prescriber calls last a pathetic 5 minutes. Prescriber is also incredibly unhelpful, in that one time she prescribed a new medication but didn't respond to the pharmacy for over a week when they contacted her the same day she sent the script over. For $85 a month, completely out of pocket, insurance will not cover. This is absolutely absurd. Zero communication, lack of services. This is a mess. You're not getting any more money no matter how hard you try anyway. Not that there was even any money on it, but that card's no longer active. Cancel my account and fix your services. Not for me, but for the customers who haven't given up on you yet. Well, I've emphasized the yet. Customers who haven't given up on you. Yet. Again, I fucking tried. That is a ridiculous amount of patience for me. Holy fucking goddamn hell, man. I cannot describe how much patience that takes in me. For somebody who has none. My patience meter is non-existent. But yeah, dude, I fucking, kind of hyped it up for other people. Because, it can be incredibly helpful for people who desperately need something. But do not expect communication. Do not expect appointment availability. And if you look up Cerebral reviews, just Google get Cerebral reviews. In fact, I'll do it right now. And let's look at some together. Rating for donefirst.com, 4.9. Cerebral's own website, 3.9. The App Store is 4.7. Okay, I will admit it is legit. Like, if you need help with anxiety or depression or insomnia or ADHD, then yes, Cerebral is helpful. I mean, $85 a month is less than other services, but you're sometimes going to pay for months in which nothing happens. That's just kind of how their platform is, and it didn't always used to be this way. From what I can tell, in fact, they had advertised that it was all monthly. Everything was monthly, but now it's every 3 months for your prescriber and every month or two for your care counselor, which is not how they advertised it. They have a therapy plan too, and that's like $300 a month. I didn't do the therapy plan because, again, that's $300 out of fucking pocket. My insurance will not pay for this. So yeah, like, I don't know if you would get more frequent appointments with the therapy plan. Probably. I mean, you're fucking paying more. I would expect you to get more frequent appointments. $300 goddamn dollars a month. So let's look at Trustpilot. 2 hours ago, it was great. Just wish we could pay for much conversations during the week. Updated 4 hours ago. Also, that last one was 5. This one's 2. Terrible. I paid for a month and was promptly matched with someone to prescribe medication. I will admit my medicine came quick. The woman that prescribed my medication was only for meds, so I looked forward to my actual therapy session. However, Cerebral canceled it, stating the therapist was no longer working for Cerebral. Yep, I had that issue. So I chose another person to get it canceled for the same reason. Then I get an email that another session has been canceled, same reason. So I decided to cancel. I emailed them before my renewal date and informed them I need to cancel. I filled out the paper required, and still I get charged for another month. I can't afford to let $85 go. I'm a single mom with a special needs child. This company is supposed to help your mental health, not make it worse. And I'm editing this because no sooner than I posted the original review, Cerebral just charged my card another $15. I have no clue as to why. 6 hours ago, 1 star. Just canceled my account. Could not get appointment for 3 weeks, even though I was paying for weekly appointments. Okay, so no, you do not get more frequent appointments with the therapy plan for $300 a month. Couldn't get an appointment for 3 weeks. You might as well just pay the $85. Last minute, provider canceled on me. They were unable to provide what they were selling. Might find themselves in a legal situation soon if management doesn't figure out staffing. Scam. 5 star, very user friendly. Was able to schedule and reschedule. I've never been able to reschedule. Are you kidding me? Especially in a timely manner. I have had a great experience apart from being canceled on a couple times. So they were quick to make sure I got in with someone when I needed to. Good for you. That was not my experience. If I had an immediate issue, it was like, okay, well, we'll see you next month. 5 star. The prescriber and counselor are very empathetic and easy to talk to. They are very open-minded and have given me great help and advice on my mental health issues. 1 star. Service was not useful and has been a nightmare to cancel my account. See, I'm not really worried about canceling my account because, like, whatever. They're going to charge a dead card, basically. Oh, this one has names. I'm not going to read it. But it was a 5-star review. Another 5-star review. Excellent alternative to inpatient and cheaper. Excellent source for therapy and doctor-prescribed medication. 3-star. People are great, but availability is an issue. The providers and counselors that have helped me are phenomenal. My issue is the lack of availability. I find myself emailing support to secure a session, which I've had to do. Personally, I've had to do that. This affects my prescription because the 30-day supply results in a lapse of medication if I cannot get it refilled in time. 5-star, doctor I talk with is really great, is friendly, and isn't trying to rush your appointment, even if it is just a medication check-in. Not my experience, but it was fine without the doctor I asked to be changed. Again, 5-minute fucking prescriber appointments, dude. I really love Cerebral because I don't have to go to an office. It's easy to make appointments. I love that you get to choose your doctor and counselor. Only to start with. And I'm assuming you're just starting out. That was a 5-star review. A bunch of 5-star reviews, obviously, it's like, what is it on Trustpilot again? 3.4, that's what it was. But yeah, cancellations, availability. I'm not the only one who's had this issue. Another 1-star. So far the service has been terrible. Provider doesn't care. Worst thing for someone seeking care for mental health issues is to take the leap and then have a provider who is dismissive. I had to remind them to call in the prescription, and the response I got from the provider via text, you should go find a different provider. Oh, lovely. Somebody said that, horrible, sold my info to third parties. Leech-like billing practices, poor communication. Their counselors are wonderful, but their billing practices are leech-like. I tried for several days to cancel my account prior to the billing cycle. A different person would respond to my email every time, and it seemed like they never read any of my prior messages. Meanwhile, they charged my card every day and finally managed to get through once. I feel bad for the wonderful counselors I had. They deserve better employment. 1-star. Wanted to cancel services after I found out they didn't take my insurance. They told me someone from the cancellation team would get to talk to me about a refund. It's been a few days since, and still haven't found a member of their team, or haven't had a member of their team reach out to me. Wish I would have read some reviews about them beforehand. Seems to me like they prey on people in need. Category. Cerebral.com is 15 out of 15. Best companies in the category mental health service on Trustpilot. Let's go to that. Are they still way down there? Yes, they are. Stop drinking expert, relationship hero, mindful leader, my discovery destination. Didn't realize that was mental health. MyCounselor.online, virtual doctors online, BetterHelp. BetterHelp is higher rated. That's bad. Mind Engage, Fit Recovery, XR Health, virtual psychiatric care, Plush Care, Minded, Best Vibe, Cerebral. So, yeah, it's, again, these issues that I've had with, like I said, scheduling and terrible provider and availability. It's not just me. Going through the complaints, that seems to be a common theme. That seems to be why people don't like Cerebral, is those issues. A lot of people like it. You might have a totally different experience than me. The care counselors and the prescribers are only able to work in certain states.
I believe both of my were from fucking New York. So, yeah, like I said, your experience might be fucking fantastic, dude. Mine was shit. And again, my patience finally completely, like, shit out. I have no patience to begin with, so that's not surprising. What is surprising is that I gave it so long to try and get right. On the bright side, I'm not losing my clonidine. I'm not losing my gabapentin. I have those still. Those have been transferred. Because fuck Cerebral. Holy shit. So yeah. If you listen to like my earlier episodes, don't listen to season 1. Season 1's a fucking mess. I was just starting with gabapentin, so like my brain was fucking gone, dude. This shit was so bad. I'm not pulling them though. I thought about it. Straight up, like my fucking meds kicked in. I'm already on them, but I say meds as if it's like plural meds that do this. No, it's just the gabapentin. That's what does it. It's not singular. Oh fuck. Just the thought of someone getting fucked up on asthma medication is great. I mean, I know people like try to like quote abuse albuterol inhalers. And honestly, I'm pretty sure that's just like placebo effect. Because like it makes your heart race. It's a fucking something dilator. Yep. Well, bronchodilator. And like it also does something to like your heart and like your blood pressure and veins and shit. And I don't know. Don't ask me to think, dude. Someone's listening to this somewhere at some time and like, shut the fuck up. You don't know what you're talking about. But it's like, I don't know how to phrase it. Going back to like DM messages and Discord messages, I ended up sending a message. Lengthy ass fucking message to somebody. And I'm like, I really hope that is clear. Because I'm genuinely trying to be concise here. So if it didn't make sense in any way, please let me know. Like I'm trying to explain something and like I realize like my meds kicked in. I'm trying to sound like I have my shit together. This ain't working. I can't explain this. But thank the fucking gods. They're like, oh no, that made total sense. I'm like, thank God, dude. Oh, fucking relief, my guy. Oh, speaking of messages, I realized like I just said, I tried to sound like I have my shit together, which if you listen to this podcast, if you watch my Twitch streams, you know I fucking don't. I very, very, very much do not have my shit together. I can fake it till I make it, but that's about it. Like, I will gladly have, like, the outward impression that I'm a functioning adult. Bro, I watch fucking anime and play video games, and I don't do much else. I mean, I'm working on a website. I'm working on starting a business, which is exciting news, right? Like, hooray. But at the same time, like, no, I don't know what I'm fucking doing, dude. Pretty sure all three of my kids combined have more mentality. more maturity than I do. And my oldest is 10, okay? No, I realize, like, I've been doing that lately. Like, I'll send normal, like, constructed, messages to people, to certain people, and then other people, I'll say shit like, bruh. Bruh is not a professional thing to say. I mean, to be fair, many times I will start that way too. Not with bruh. I will start like, hi, I'm a totally normal functioning adult. How can I help you? And then if they respond to me in a more relaxed way, it's just like that professional shit. Like, alright, let's be bros, my dude. Fuck this. That's a terrible example. I am a terrible example, dude. Anyway. I have my shit together. What are you talking about? Just kidding. I don't know. Anyway, no, like, going back to, like, the whole main topic of this episode. Again, if you want to try Cerebral, I'm not going to stop you. I'm not going to tell you not to. But if you do, you might have a good month or two to begin with. Might. But then you'll quickly realize, like, there's major issues that will persist. And they're not going to do a damn thing to help you. God forbid you fucking ask for a prescriber change. I wonder if that one person had the same prescriber I did. Oh, well, maybe you should just find a different prescriber. That sounds like something this bitch would say, I'm not gonna lie. Like, she tries sometimes to be nice. Like, she actually cares about your mental well-being. But other times, most of the time, she's like, let's just get this shit over with. I don't want to talk to you. I don't want to talk to anyone. Cool. I'm not doing anything about your meds. Bye. Cool. Whatever. Yeah. It's just kind of ridiculous, but, you know, I'm not your parent. I'm just your emo daddy. Emo daddy does not tell you what to do. On that note, I'm gonna end it. I don't know why I clicked my tongue. That's just probably super fucking loud too. Like, it's loud to me and I did it and it's in my head. So is my voice. I can hear my own voice and I don't fucking like that. So I don't listen to my own podcast. But we all don't like the sound of our own voice. Most of us don't. It's just like a weird human thing that we don't like how our voices sound. And it's weird because, like, maybe, like, you know, 20, 30 years from now, people will not have that. Considering, like, everything is online. And yeah, like, I don't know. Anyway, I'm gonna end it. Stop rambling, dude. Shut the fuck up, Isaac. Yep. Okay. Okie dokie, bye.
Thank you for taking the time out of your day to listen to this episode. I try to give updates in my Discord server, so please feel free to check that out. As stated in a previous episode, I have server stickers of my lettuce leaves, and I am incredibly proud of how they turned out. Hint. The fact that I'm so happy and so glad with how they came out is why you're going to hear it in every outro. until I make a new outro. I hope you're having a fantastic morning, day, evening, night, whatever time of day you're listening to this. Have a great one and stay safe.